before darkness had a name, the stars already carried its whisper.
In the silence of space, an unseen current bound all things together.
From chaos and fire, life prepared its first breath. On distant worlds, life awakened without knowing why. The galaxy breathed, and nature answered in harmony. Every step forward echoed through eternity.
An unseen tide moved within every living soul.
Some felt the current more deeply than others.
Balance was not taught, it simply existed.
They looked upward and felt something stir within. They did not know its name, only its presence. Wonder, not conquest, shaped their earliest dreams.
Instinct whispered before danger could move.
All worlds lived beneath the same silent current.
Harmony was the language of the early stars.
They began to listen to the sky itself. Curiosity reached higher than ever before. Knowledge ignited a new hunger within. And even stars could not shine forever.
Change began as a whisper.
Even calm waters remember storms.
They opened their world to the infinite. Curiosity spread like fire among stars. Desire entered the current. Awareness stretched across the cosmos. Some sought meaning beyond the sky. The heavens seemed closer than ever. Life shimmered with unseen energy.
Stories became bridges to the unknown.
The galaxy moved like an endless sea. Harmony carried the seed of change. Doubt entered the minds of the wise. Light and shadow met for the first time. Balance began to tremble. Hope refused to fade.
Time layered its memories upon the stars. Innocence drifted like stardust.
Silence replaced certainty.
Calm skies concealed distant thunder.
Emotion revealed two paths. The shadow found its shape.
Destiny awakened quietly.
A new age began in fragile light.
The light remained, but the shadow had begun to wake. Before knowledge had a name, the universe was already awake. In the quiet between stars, an unseen current connected all things. Creation itself breathed in silent rhythm. From fire and light, the first sparks of destiny were born. Worlds turned beneath a guidance they could not yet name. Life awakened without knowing what guided its breath.
Nature answered the current with quiet wonder.
Every step forward echoed through eternity. An invisible tide moved within every living soul. Some felt the whisper more deeply than others. Balance was once the natural breath of the galaxy. They looked upward and felt something stir within.
They did not know its name, only its presence.
Their first understanding was drawn in light and stone. Wonder shaped their earliest dreams. The heavens spoke in patterns older than memory.
Healing became their first quiet miracle.
Instinct whispered before danger could move.
All lands lived beneath the same silent current.
Even in light, the shadow learned to breathe.
Harmony once felt effortless.
They began to listen to the sky itself.
Curiosity reached higher than ever before.
Knowledge ignited a quiet hunger. Civilizations rose beneath unseen guidance.
Wonder became their first teacher.
The current flowed through worlds unseen. Nature echoed the rhythm of the Force.
Even frozen worlds felt its warmth. Across endless sands, the current endured.
Stars were born like silent dreams. Even brilliance must one day fade. The universe watched itself in silence.
Change began as a whisper.
Even still waters remember storms.
Knowledge gathered like constellations. Curiosity spread like fire. Desire entered the current. The future stood divided before them. The light remained, but the shadow had begun to wake.
Power first arrives as wonder, not certainty.
Symbols became their first language with the infinite. Temples rose where once there had only been open skies. Knowledge echoed softly through sacred halls.
Some learned to trust pathways they could not see.
The galaxy opened like a corridor of endless doors. They listened to the rhythm of the universe itself. Teachings gathered like stars in a private sky. Comparison quietly entered their minds.
Ability began to shape identity.
Admiration slowly transformed into reverence. Knowledge was no longer spoken, it was preserved.
Appreciation began turning inward.
Understanding started to feel like ownership. Philosophies began to divide the infinite. Belief drew its first invisible border. Progress felt like salvation.
Authority arrived wearing the mask of wisdom.
Some felt resistance beneath their triumphs.
The infinite did not wish to be contained.
Language itself began to change.
To most, the galaxy still shimmered unchanged.
Change often hides in silence.
Enlightenment began casting a shadow.
Ambition took flight. The current began to tighten.
Unity slowly split into perspective.
Awareness matured into ambition.
The line between harmony and control blurred.